Over here at My Daily Choice, they offer cutting-edge products backed by science and nutrition, Patriot-owned and also former military. They meticulously craft each unique formula in world-class manufacturing facilities, and you can certainly see and feel it in these CBD bath bombs, these wonderful little bombs. Every day is an escape to a soothing, aromatic paradise with HempWorks bath bombs. This box set contains 6 different scents, each infused with a different essential oil, along with 30 milligrams of natural, high-quality CBD. Yummy. Self-care has never felt so good. And you can get them right here at snarkycbd.com. Well, happy Sunday, everyone. It's me, Deplorable McAllister. Deplorable Mac. It's me, Linda Paris. And you can see my blog, my website, my website right here at McAllisterTVOnline.com. Well, you can always come here, and my videos will continue, and they will be uploaded here at McAllisterTVOnline.com. And I have to thank everybody that's been supporting me, and I have to put together something with your emails and your gifts and stuff like that, because I want to address that. A lot of you have questions and stuff like that. So, but I can't do it today because I'm behind because of the typing situation, which I'm not really doing anymore. So I put together this video for you, and it is a combination. It's a wake-up video for people. There's some things I want to talk about, though, before I start, and I certainly want to thank all of the people, Buy Me a Coffee people. I'm getting your messages. Same with the people who are writing me, and I always thank my PayPals, because without you guys, I never would have started, and I wouldn't have been able to. So I'm going to catch up on all that this week. So that's something I want to do this week, because I'm trying to catch up now. And also Guy Brummel, Agent Margaritaville. I've got some more videos from him. I've got a Illuminati movie talk with Norm Traversy that I want to be sure and get that uploaded this week. But today I wanted to do this. I think this is really important. So the Christian 21 part. Now, there's a couple of things I want to talk about, though, and some memes. I've been looking through my drives for different things, and I always find all kinds of interesting things, such as this. This is from the Q Mega Meme server folder on the server. Anyway, it says, it's called More You Research Sound Crazy. The more you research, the crazier you sound to ignorant people. And that is so true. That is so true. And look what's happening here. It looks like he's poking a plasma screen. So let's zoom in on that a little bit. Yep, that looks like a plasma screen effect right there that's happening. Boom. And light bulbs are going off. So it's a very interesting meme, and there are clues in these memes because I've found them before. So this may be one of them. Now, here's another one that might be a clue. The Great Awakening, what happened to Diana, and I put that in another one of my videos. But I did notice that someone had asked a question on a comment board about, or someone said that the royals usually invert their children. Yeah, that's true. That's true. They do a lot of that. But here's what happened in her case. She was purposely bred to actually usher in the Antichrist, to have those two demon sons, if they are sons. I don't even know what gender they are, like you. But I think this is all part of a breeding program. So I think they are pretty much the genders that they are. In other words, the reason she was chosen was to have the child. And what I'm leading up to here is when that happens, when they use the females as breeders like that, then they're sacrificed after they fulfill whatever function that they are supposed to fulfill. And I guess she was supposed to have these two things, these two creatures that she had. Anyway, maybe they're lovable. I don't know. Not sure about that. And there's a lot of speculation that Pindar might be the father. Either way, she had no choice. They were going to kill her. She was born to be sacrificed. That's the way it works. And supposedly in that, there's chatter and documents and interviews with people that say in that tunnel, they were all waiting to take her body and they were going to do their ritual. So she didn't really die in the crash. She was bred and born. From the day she was born, they already knew she was going to die on that day. But she had to fulfill her intention, which was to have these two kids. And so I also wanted to talk about this real quick. I found this. And looking back on this, which is 2018, which was going to be glorious. And December the 1st, 2018. So, and 2018 was glorious. So somebody writes, did you know evergreen trees turn red before dying? HRC's code name, evergreen. And it's not just Smelly Pants Clinton's code name. It's also evergreen shipping containers, evergreen this, evergreen that. This idea of evergreen, of never dying, is a word and a theme that runs throughout all of their stuff. Anyway, I think this could mean a lot of things, but maybe that she had been executed. And it's right around Christmas time as well. So I guess we'll have to see what happens on that. This is pretty nice to look at. And I'll go ahead and read I'm going to tell you what Christian is saying. And I'm treating this kind of like a Trump decode. I'm just going to go through here and tell you what Christian is going to be talking about. And you can pick up what he's saying or not. You can go back and listen to what I say. So in the first clip of Christian, he is talking about that good reptilians don't eat meat. They're vegetarian. That meat eating is a negative demonic behavior. And if it wasn't for this demonic energy that's outside of Gateway 10, these demonic energies, entities, demons, whatever you want to call them, that these reptilians wouldn't be eating meat. But there are good reptilians that don't eat meat, and they are vegetarians. So when military law comes down, militia in the streets, we will get, for the first time in history, decent food. He says that. And I just want to say this. I'm not preaching to anybody about what to eat or what not to eat, but I did a lot of fasting, and one of the books I read was Rational Fasting by Arnold Ehret. And he cured himself of a lot of diseases by eliminating a lot of stuff, meat, alcohol, caffeine, a lot of these kind of, well, you would say man-made things, except I don't think so. Anyway, one of the things he used to say was when you eat meat, you do have a graveyard in your stomach. And if you're looking to stop eating meat, that is one thing that helped me. I do it for the health benefits because I feel and look better, quite frankly, when I don't eat meat. Anyway, so when military law comes down and the militias in the streets and everything, we will, for the first time in history, get a truckload of decent food. Lots and lots of it has been hoarded in Middle Earth by these Illuminati people, because they were going to go down there by these reptoids, reptilians in vessels, I guess is what they are. He's talking about crystal liquid. And post-Trump, the new sprays that they've been spraying are they're breaking up the frequencies that they need in order to even be here. So basically they can't breathe. And as they spray, they are being rounded up because they can't breathe. And what do they do when they can't breathe? Well, they can breathe underground, because I think Donald Marshall said something about them needing methane gas. I don't know if it's methane, but I would submit to you that it's very, very likely that the air underground, deep underground, is way friendlier to them than what's up here. So they created this atmosphere with all these negative frequencies and everything that they're doing, and with the adrenochrome and everything. And now not only do they not have their adrenochrome supply, but they can't breathe. The sprays that are being sprayed is breaking down the frequencies. And so as they spray, they are going underground. Well, they've been blowing up portals and everything and flooding all the deep under the ocean, flooding out these underground places. So they can only go, they can't get out. They can't get out. And then when I ask him about, is it this is kind of a little bit from the last video, but I just want to reiterate on this. It's not the reptilian we're seeing, it's the crystal liquid that makes that pattern. But he says the reptilian is underneath the liquid crystal. And sometimes you could see parts of them. And sometimes it almost looks like a shadow. And then he says when you see a shadow behind them, kind of, that looks kind of like it's coming around them, that's their tail. He said a lot of times you could see the shadow of their tail. So in the next clip, he talks about Jason Momoa. I don't know if he's talking about Conan O'Brien's co-host or somebody like that, but he says this guy's a reptilian. I don't watch any of that stuff anymore. And he goes on to say, now this is the whole point of this video, is these rituals and stuff, and why they do them, and how they do them, and what is the point of them, and how does it go about, how do the mechanics of it work? So when any celebrity signs the dotted line, they're screwed. They're totally screwed. And I'll have to ask him which comes first. But I would imagine that you sign the dotted line because they don't know they're getting screwed. That's the thing. They lie and they make it look attractive. But when they sign that dotted line, they're screwed. He says they're fucked. That's what he says. And they might have allowed a demon to come in or said they would allow that. I have no idea. But the demon, somehow signing that allows a demon to come in, or they get infected or attached. And that demonic attachment needs more and more blood. And the demonic possession gets stronger and stronger. And as it gets stronger and stronger, it gets more and more blood. It's actually prepping the vessel for a reptile to come in. So that's when they have the sex magic thing. And that, I think, is the reptile going in. Because I believe, and I'm going to have to ask him about this again, but I believe the reptile has to go in first, and then the demon can come in and survive for long periods of time. I think demons can come into us, but they're weak, and they need this kind of entity to come into that's always going to be doing the rituals and doing all the things, creating that kind of energy that they need to attach to. So now this is super, super interesting. He's going to say it. You can hear him say the words, and you might not understand every word, but you'll get what he's saying. So they do the sex magic. So in the sex magic, and how many days did he say it lasts? I think he said 13 days that it lasts, the sex magic ritual, which makes sense. Anyway, after the sex magic, and that is the ceremony that he was talking about before, where they have to let demons have sex with them. And so these demons are having sex with these, and it's brutal, he says. And so that's what happens during the sex magic. The reptiles' consciousness goes in to the celebrity, and the celebrity's dead after that. It's like a 13-day or 10-day or something like that process where they're just having sex and demons are, and it says that once the ceremony starts happening, they really use voodoo and a portal opens up. And so this is how the ritual works. These demons are literally raping and molesting and torturing and whatever they want to do. So they're just violating the vessel of the celebrity in every way possible, because they're using voodoo to open up a portal. So a portal opens up from that energy that is created by these demonic entities that enter this vessel of this person. Now the person's dead. They're just dead. Black dust comes through, and that is the demonic, that's the demons, they're dust. It says black dust comes, he's saying this, you can listen to him say that. Black dust comes through, and a little gray will be standing there. The gray organizes the whole transfer because the reptilians are busy at this actual ritual. And he says you have two portals opened. The area where these demonic entities are confined, they open a portal from that to Gateway 10. And the other portal is being opened at the ceremony. So they can only get in one way. It's not like they have to find their way or get directions or anything like that. The energy is, I guess, pulling them in. I'll have to ask him about that. But the portal is opened at the ceremony. That's what they're doing. They're opening the other portal for this demonic entity to come in. And the gray there's a certain way that it has to be done. The gray does that. And they use these grays to go through portals and stuff. So, the reptilians are here. And then the gray is helping to open the portals. And that's why some people say grays show up, and black dust, which is the demons, that's the form they take at some of their rituals. As soon as the demons come in to the entity's body, they have to start sacrificing immediately. And he goes on to say dinosaurs, and this is I think this is the next clip. As soon as demons come in, they have to start sacrificing immediately. As soon as all this takes place, the human that used to be whoever has to start sacrificing immediately. And that's what dinosaurs were for originally, for food source for these demonic entities, because they need so much of it, because the more of it they have, the more energy they have. And he says that the first day or the first ceremony of the sex magic part, it takes 3 weeks. It says right here, 3 weeks. Okay, sorry about that. 3 weeks. At the end of 3 weeks, they're ready for the reptilian. And after the reptilian goes in, it learns to mimic the entity. So they can put these things in leaders and stuff, like Jimmy Carter or somebody like that. I'm not saying he is. I'm just saying he has a kind of a way of speaking and stuff. They can imitate that. So, after the first ceremony, though, the sex magic part, freaky things start to happen to the celebrities. So they've got demonic attachments at that point. And if you ever notice, celebrities don't have mirrors because when they look in the mirrors, they see the demons. And we do talk about in the next clip, the gender thing is going to really freak people out. And Christian says the list of shockers, we were saying it's going to be a shocker. He says the list of shockers is never ending. They won't have time to get their heads around it before another comes along, you know. So that's the 70 whatever percent. And again, it takes the sex magic ceremonies constantly raping in every way, torturing, abusing this entity until they die, I guess. It says when they sign their soul, they're killed, and I guess this is the way they kill them. It says for 13 days, the 78% are going to suffer, that they're going to be learning things that they had no idea. Let's face it, we had a long time to learn about all this stuff and what's happening with the kids. It took me a long time. They're going to get it boom, 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 boom. So if 78% have been closing their ears to everything, it's a good thing we're not going to be there because I'm doing my best to open my mind to everything and try to change my behavior to be less angry, you know, and more like, okay, let's get this thing done. He says this will be a proper lockdown. So he says after 13 days, all the good quality food will come to us. They took it back. It was in storage for the elite, and it's the best, cleanest, most healthiest food, the best vegetables, the sweetest fruit, all of that stuff that they kept for themselves. And yeah, of course, they also have, they can grow things, I guess, down there as well. So they were going to go down there while they completely destroyed the surface of the planet. And he says, we will learn that humans don't really kill. It's not natural for us to kill. And that 60 to 70% of these stories that I see on 48 Hours Mystery and all this other stuff, they're actors. He says Satanists are killing millions of people, so they have to come out with ways to cover their own crimes. That's why they keep turning these people loose. They want to get rid of the death penalty and all of the above. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and forward ho.
Good reptilians are vegetarian. They're they live on fruit and veg, water. You know what I mean? Good reptilians. They don't eat meat. And it's funny because if you keep a lizard, a pet lizard of some sort, you never feed it meat, do you?
Well, I don't know.
Like flies, you give them like flies or bugs or like fruit and veggie stuff, don't you?
I know they eat insects.
Or insects and that, yeah. But you don't feed them like a bit of steak or anything, do you?
No.
Or a bit of chicken. You won't give a lizard that or nothing like that, or a hindquarter or a heart. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
A run. You know what I mean? It's,
well, let me ask you this.
This is all a demonic thing, this is. You know what I mean? From the very beginning, it's all a demon thing. Oh, that's one of the things I've got to mention. Soon, see straight after the blackout, the 3-day blackout, and we've had martial law coming in that, and got all military in the streets and everything, yeah? We will get, for the first time in our history, decent food.
Oh, good.
Yeah, everyone's going to get decent food.
Now say that again.
They can use, you see the crystal liquid, you know, a lot of the shapeshift and what you see on like YouTube and BitChute and everything, yeah, when it goes all like,
yeah,
that's crystal liquid reacting to the negative frequencies, what they use around them, yeah, because we've all got negative frequencies. We've had it around us for like a long time.
Yeah.
But they need it, don't they? They
Yeah.
they need that negativity around us. Yeah. Now that's why we had to have a few lockdowns as well, like I said to you, because they've been spraying that stuff and breaking the frequency down. A lot of them was being rounded up. Some of them was they can't breathe. They can't breathe with it. Yeah, and they end
Oh,
up
yeah.
collapsing or trying to escape in the water. They drown, and they all get and they round them all up. Yeah, because
When
a few people found some things on the beach. I think
so
in your country.
when these frequencies are being interrupted or disrupted on TV, and you've seen some of these things underneath.
Yeah,
What is that? Is that
that's
the
just the breakdown. That's just a breakdown of frequency.
no? But I mean, is that the reptilian underneath coming
Yeah,
through?
nah, that's not the reptilian. Right, that's the crystal liquid. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But if you there is some good ones. You can see the crystal liquid, but you can see the reptilian under, you know, the shadow of it underneath the crystal liquid.
Yeah.
You can see it sometimes, but most of the time you'll just see when they shapeshift, you'll just see like the crystal liquid, and a lot of them when they're sat here like that, yeah, you'll see like a shadow of a big thing, like here, like or to the right, a big thing, and that's their towel.
Oh, wow.
That's their towel. You know when you see when they're
Wow.
sitting like that, and there's something like here, like someone see it like moving like this and that, yeah, come on, that's their towel.
Oh my
That's their
God.
towel.
The Aryans, and the purity of the blood, and what it's all about is that the blood and the menstrual blood contains something that is important for the propagation of this race that is controlling things on this planet. They're called the Illuminati, and the Illuminati are actually run by these 13 bloodlines, which are all of the royal families in Europe and in England, and they need the blood because they are, in fact, not human. They take human shape. They are reptilians, and they need the blood. The blood helps them maintain their reptilian shape, and it helps them maintain their sanity, and it helps them to live in this world because they are not from this world. But what they need is, for it to be secreted in the blood, is they need terrorization of their victims before they are killed for their blood. And they have to terrorize them to get this to come out in the blood and be secreted in the blood. They are killed at that moment as they are staring into their eyes, and not only they can't hold their shape when this happens. The human shape they cannot hold. They go back into reptilian shape as this is happening, because it's like an animalistic type of excitement. Oftentimes they will just rip into the victim and eviscerate them and start eating the flesh of this person too, and the fat from the intestinal area is highly valued, as they use it on their skin. And they drink the blood, and the blood is highly sought after, and it goes according also to rank within these creatures.
What's his name? Who's that big fella? Jason.
Who?
Jason Momoa.
You know, see, I don't watch any of that stuff.
Yeah, but that Jason Momoa, I don't know. He's reptilian. He is, yeah.
Well, I think they've all got
a lot of them are reptilian, or like you say, when they sign their soul over, yeah, they think they think they're just signing the once they listen. Once they sign that dotted line, they're fucked. They're fucked. Yeah, because gradually, yeah, that body, that vessel, will need more blood. Yeah, and that makes the demons stronger in them. Yeah, it makes them stronger and stronger, and
And
then
that's after,
also it preps the vessel for a reptilian to come in and take that vessel.
and
Yeah,
that's after the sex magic
yeah, that's
ceremony.
after the ceremony, and that is, yeah.
Yeah,
Once that ceremony happens and all that black magic, voodoo stuff, because it is actually
right.
voodoo, yeah. When all that goes
Yeah.
down and that portal opens up and gets all that black dust come through, and you'll see a little grey there, yeah. He's sort of like
The escort.
organising this, like the transportation thing, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've got a porthole like that there. You've got a porthole up there, look, on the dumping ground. What's opened up there, and then they opens up the other one at the ceremony. But they have to have the grey doing it because all the reptilians are here.
Right.
All the reptilians here, they're just about to have their dinner time, isn't they? It's just about to feed and that. So you ain't gonna have a reptilian at this end. Like that's why some people, like David Wilcock and that lot, say to you, like a grey turn up, and there'd be some dust, like a black dust and that. That's the demons, the black.
Well,
dust.
that was going to be my question was, when the human vessel, and I know that DNA is important in this to escort these demons in.
Yeah.
So you get the right DNA for the demons.
Yeah.
That's
As soon as they come in here, they have to start sacrificing immediately.
So
as soon as they come in and took over, they had to start sacrificing immediately. That's why they started they created the dinosaurs.
So there are changes going on in the earth. It seems they're not able to hold their shape like they once were able to, and people see them shapeshift more and more, and they need the blood to try and maintain it, to try and maintain their human form. I believe there's a time coming that because of what I've been told, when they are not going to bother having to hold that human shape as they had to before, and they want that time to come. It's then about 4,000 years ago, the reptilians arrived here and again began to take over. And they instilled themselves in different places underground in the earth, and also this one part of them, the ruling part, took over and became involved in the politics and in the religion, and started controlling through these means at that point in time. Reptilian that come from another dimension, they actually they materialize from out of another dimension and are present at rituals, and they are so powerful, and their presence is there's such an evilness about them, and they want out of this other dimension. Old ones are called out, and they are what Christianity would have called the demons.
Is this symbolism of the abyss anything to do with the fact that these reptilian demons of another dimension are somehow locked in a time-space prison, and they can't get out, and they can only get out when they're brought out in that way?
Yes, they want out of that dimension. They have been thrown into that dimension, and they can't leave that dimension. And that's actually what the abyss is about, is being in a different dimension. It's like something to do with the fourth dimension.
So take us through one of these rituals that you conducted at the highest level of this global brotherhood. What would happen?
And then they have these children that they're kidnapping, and bringing in from other countries, and no one misses them because these are third world countries. And children are they have the most energy, the purest energy, they're the highest form of sacrifice. They are used as actual blood sacrifices during these rituals because of, again, reptilians needing their blood. The blood will be gathered in a goblet, and it will be dispersed among the reptilians.
Are these rituals rare? I mean, how many are there that, say, go on a year? I mean, we talking hundreds or thousands?
There are things happening every month of the year.
Listen, they've always done the children with the animals. Yeah, as soon as the children, the humanoid was ready, they started sacrificing them because they need human blood more. You know what I mean? It's better. It's better.
Yeah. So these
sacrificing start immediately. The sacrificing to get
and
them
also
in.
these demons are okay. So these demons are weak, and they need all this energy, and they need help to get the energy to appear and to make the journey. And so, but before that happens, they have to breed the DNA vessel. Depending on the demon and the demonic energy and the size of the demon and everything.
Yeah, they're all killed. All vessels are see when they sell their soul, they're killed. Yeah,
right.
All the celebrities and all of the famous people and all your hosts during the daytime and nighttime. Yeah, if they've sold their soul over, that means they kill them. They all die. They've all got to die.
They don't know that.
No, they don't know that. No. They all die, but for the once they do the first ceremony, for the next few weeks, every single day they experience black magic crap. Yeah, it starts freaking them out. They walk past mirrors and things like that, and they'd be like, "Whoa, what the fuck?" That's why a lot of celebrities you'll find won't have a lot of mirrors. If they sign their soul over, at first they get rid of the mirrors because it'll freak them out. Yeah. Let me just do that again.
Okay.
They kill them, they do ceremony, you have 3 weeks of black magic shit, yeah? Once that black magic crap and all that lot's done, yeah, that vessel will be ready for the reptilian, yeah?
Okay.
To take over. But once that reptilian goes into the vessel, it has to have a little bit of time to start mimicking everything. Like the voice, everything. And they're very, very good mimickers. Yeah, very good. Yeah.
Yeah, and a lot of them are not the gender they say they are.
No, that's going to be a little bit of a shocker. All the men
I think
all the women are men.
I think people are going to lose their minds over that. The ones that are not paying attention.
Yeah.
Because look, over here in America, and I know you have this in Great Britain or England, is these people worship Elvis Presley and Marilyn Monroe, and they're not going to believe it. Look, my parents have friends that worship. This lady worships Elvis Presley. Yeah. He's everywhere. Go try and tell her that that's a woman. And if you look back at Elvis Presley, he looks very much like a woman when in his younger.
He's really thin face in his hands, and he's feminine. I know. Listen, it's going to be crazy. Listen, the list of shockers is never ending.
What happens on the night of Halloween?
That night is about the worship and homage to Satan, the great deceiver Satan, on that night, on Halloween, at this church.
You've conducted them in Europe and the United States. Can we start with the United States?
Yes, I have seen at rituals, I have seen George Bush, I have seen Madeleine Albright, I have seen Henry Kissinger, I have seen Ronald Reagan, and I have also, by the way, seen his wife, Nancy Reagan. I have seen Hillary Clinton before I knew she was Hillary Clinton at the time. At these rituals, she is involved. The other people that I have named and are, as I have seen shapeshift into reptilians. J. Rockefeller, and he shapeshifts. These people seem to all be connected to the Illuminati. Gerald Ford, I have seen shapeshift. Dr. Joseph Mengele, who took me around to these rituals a lot of the time, was also a shapeshifter. There are people in the European countries that I've seen shapeshift and be involved. The Queen there, I've seen Princess Margaret there, I've seen Charles there, and they shapeshift. I have seen Tony Blair there, and he shapeshifts.
Once they learn one shocker, they ain't going to be able to, they won't have enough time to get their head around that first shock, because the next one's going to be coming in. It's going to be like that, yeah?
Yeah.
And this is why, for 13 days, the 78%, I'm telling you now, they're going to suffer. They won't, this will be a proper lockdown. You might be able to go to your local shop, yeah? If you've got a local shop, but I doubt that'd be open, because there ain't going to be no power.
Yeah.
That's why they're going to tell you all three. Listen, I live on rice and pasta, tuna and pasta, rice and chili con carne, pasta and chili con carne, Weetabix, apple cider vinegar. My menu's small. It ain't a lot. You know what I mean? I'll just stock up on all that lot for 13 days. Because after the 13 days, they're going to get all the good stuff out, all the good food out. You know what I mean? Yeah. Listen, them bastards, Linda, had 150 years worth of food down in them tunnels, yeah, just about to go into the inner earths where they was all going to fuck off to, yeah, all that quality food, yeah, no GMO, all chemical free, yeah, those going to be, but it's all come back up, yeah, that 150 years worth of food is coming our way.
Wow, good.
And that'd be after 13 days.
Well, so that brings me to a good way to wrap it up for today.
They all have their quirks as to how they act, even in their reptilian form. Someone who's been talking about around this subject, and it seems to be popular right now.
Who's that?
This man by the last name of Sitchin. I've seen at rituals, and he is a shapeshifter. What do you remember about Zachariah Sitchin? Zachariah Sitchin was someone in the rituals attending the rituals who was not a major player in as far as the rituals went, but was someone that others present did not make remarks at, or were very careful as to what they said around him. And he was talking about, he would be talking about doing away with people, persons that were in his way, or were putting out information that he didn't feel that he wanted put out. He is very much a disinformer, and that is his job, to disinform about what is going on with the Illuminati and with the reptilians. He actually warned me off from investigating the reptilians, interestingly. There are eggs. It's like a nest of eggs kept down in that part where it's warm. It's very warm down there into this entrance. And these eggs are kept down there incubating. and they are the reptiles' eggs.
What have you seen the royal family do, the Queen Mother, and the other people you've seen in the rituals? What have you seen them do?
I've seen all of them drink human blood and consume human flesh, and they have their own goblets in which they have blood, and these goblets are encrusted with jewels. And they also have their own daggers, and that the dagger goes into the goblet. Wear these robes, but they don't wear anything underneath the robes, because what is going to happen, what the rituals are all about, they're going to shapeshift, and they can't have anything on under the robes. And there are orgy kind of things that go on at the rituals also. And
involving the royal family of Britain?
Yes, involving the royal family of Britain, and the sacrifice and the eating of, consuming the sacrifice, and they are involved in that.
You've seen them do that?
Yes, I have seen them do that.
Good old Queen Mum, what a lovely lady. What's your experience of the Queen Mother?
She is very cold in reality, and she is very cruel. She obviously, from what I see, enjoys consuming human flesh. It's sickening.
Do they go into a different state in terms of age and strength and all these other attributes when they actually shapeshift?
Yes, the human body that they choose to occupy or take when it was young, it ages, but when they take the reptilian form, these reptilians live hundreds of years, and so they have to have taken more than one human body to live in. A lot of them are much, much older, and I'm including the Queen Mother in this, older than people think that she is. She's been in more than one body, human form. And when the time comes, if it is time for her to go on, it has been chosen that she still has, it's known that she still has life or years to go, again, she will be put into the body, the essence of her, and the reptilian form will go, or the essence of her will go into another body that is also has the ability to shapeshift into reptilian form.
One of the pure reptilian human bloodlines.
Yes.
Yeah. Look at them CBS things, like you saying the other day, Linda, yeah? All of this, you got the perfect family, the big house, the children, the big cut, all that sort of thing. And then one day there's an argument, and the husband's stabbed her 67 times. Well, where the hell did that come from then?
Well,
all the arguments they've had, and they sort it out. But this day, he stabbed her 67 times. Oh, a sudden instinct. Was it? No, do me a favour. You're going to learn about all this stuff anyway. Humans ain't born killers. Humans aren't killers.
yeah, and then you've got to ask yourself if it really happened, or if
Yes.
they have an agenda attached to it, and they have to make that happen. If you go online and search family massacre, you'll see there's a TV show called Family Massacre. That's all these supposedly true stories.
You're right, Linda. I'll tell you something now. You are right, because I would say at least 60-70% of them are all actors. It's all rubbish.
That's what I always say.
It's prepping us to making us easy and okay with killing.
Yeah. And
two girls got raped and killed at the end of the road the other day. Oh, what again?
yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? Oh, what again?
And
What do you know what
also
again?
they're prepping us not to trust each other, and also they're prepping us to fear. We live in fear, and they'll always have these people breaking into your house, and they always say the same thing. She was in her house, or he was in his house minding his own business, where he should have
Yeah,
been safe. He should have been
yeah,
safe in his house, but
you're
somebody
right.
snuck in and killed him. So now who's going to go to sleep now?
Listen,
Without the gun right
these,
next to him.
these Satanists are killing millions and millions of children and people year in, year out. They've got to come up with enough crimes, yeah, to cover theirs. So day in, day out, 24/7. Well, not so much during the day, sorry, yeah. You got umpteen like crime channels now. Used to have one or two. There's like loads, like 13, 14 on mine, I think there is.
A
Yeah.
gazillion.
Yeah, just like death, 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 death. And
Right.
then you put the news on for the last 20, 30 years, since World War II. It's all doom and gloom.
What happens when, take the Queen Mother as an example, what happens when they shapeshift? I mean, what do you see?
You start to see changes happen, and they're happening so fast that it's almost, it's the closest thing that I've seen to it is what they're now doing with computer technology. It's just a literal transformation that happens very quickly, and they get taller and they get bigger, and they don't look at all as reptilians like they do as humans, and thus the wearing of the robes, because if they were in clothes, the clothes would be torn apart.
So let's take the Queen Mother on this subject as an example. We recognize her as a frail old lady. What does she look like when she shapeshifts at these rituals?
She has, she looks like the nose portion gets very much longer, and it grows into kind of a snout kind of thing. She has little fangs, and incisors as teeth, and there's a tongue. They all seem to have this kind of tongue when they're at this level. The tongue has a lot of long, hairy or pointed projections coming out of it. It's very long. And they have these, they don't have hands or feet, they have these claws. And they have scales, and also scales that seem to kind of disappear into one another, but it's more pronounced on the back. There seem to be lumps or protrusions coming from the head. There seem to be some kind of growth appendages at where, on the back, and they seem folded, and not all of them have that. And there is a tail, and they a lot of times will keep the tail curled, and and I've seen her when she's very displeased with something, as I've seen other members like this. This tail is whipped around, very agitated, and she hisses.
And a lot of them, when they're sat here like that, yeah, you'll see like a shadow of a big thing, like here, like or to the right, a big thing, and that's their tail.
Oh, wow.
That's their tail. You know when you see when they're
Wow.
sat here like that, and there's something like here, like someone see it like moving like this and that, yeah, come on, that's their tail.
Oh my
That's their
God.
tail.